Hey guys, what's up? It's Dusty here, back with another crypto video, and today we're going to be talking about Ripple and XRP. There have been countless price predictions within the community, but who is right? Who can you believe? Who has the info? And who is to judge? And it's a question that nobody can answer. But today, I'm giving you guys a couple of insights about why I think that your opinion about these prices might be a bit skewed, and I want to point you guys in a direction of searching, but also possibly a whole different perspective and something that you can really learn from. Also guys, I do need to say it that for these videos, we're actually giving away $50 worth of crypto if and only if this video can hit 400 likes within 24 hours. So again, we will give money away if the video does hit that like amount. Otherwise, there's no money given away. All that you have to do to enter is press the like button so we actually hit that like amount, and put a comment down below so you can actually be picked with a random comment picker in the next video. Also guys, make sure you check out my second channel called Dusty Finance. It's a pretty cool channel with no advertisements, so you must check it out. Got a couple of good videos on here that I put a lot of effort into. Now guys, I just tried out the dark theme. I don't know how you guys like it, alright? I've just tried it out here for once. I know for a fact that I don't like this one, but when you switch over to light, oh my days, it burns my eyes, sort of. Yeah, we also got a dark theme for this one right now. I tried a dark one for this, but I really don't know what I'm liking the most. But hey, this is a tweet from XRP_news. He said, "Do you believe XRP can hit a value of $100 before the end of 2019? And Galgatron, who is known to have no price predictions, replied by asking, "Your account get hacked?" XRP News replied to that by saying, "No, you're just forgetting that XRP went up 500 times within 2017. Wolfsburg MK1 replied to that by saying, "No disrespect, but it's tweets like this that create false hope. Newbies, through the desperate feed of these tweets, they pour more money in than they don't have, and then they get disappointed because it never reaches their expectations. The real truth is, no." Galgatron said, "Have to agree with this. To expect a repeat of a nascent coin's parabolic in that magnitude defies everything that markets are based upon." Wolfsburg says, "Agreed. We've all been asking for a maturing market, so a repeat in history is unlikely. Blocked that account ages ago. Nothing but hopium out of it for a long time now." And it's definitely an interesting question to ask. In theory, he actually just asked if anybody can think, or anybody thinks it will hit $100. He doesn't say, "Hey, I think it will hit $100," but still, it's a very interesting, very controversial question, and yeah, it was pretty daring from him to ask it. What do I personally think about the situation? I personally think $100 for a couple of months here, for 4 months, is way too bullish. It's very crazy, and I do not believe in myself. But hey, if you do so, you do you. I'll give you guys a very big run for your money here, as I have a lot of stuff to talk about. So stay with me. Another thing I saw is from Crypto Bitlord. He said, "You can retire off of a fraction of a Bitcoin." And that is actually what made me make this video, what made me think about the whole situation of owning XRP, retiring with it, how much would you need? And that is also not necessarily because of this tweet, but because of that way of thinking, why we made the retirement plan, how we came up with it. And what I found so interesting is that at first, a couple of months ago, maybe a couple of years ago, when I was thinking about XRP, about crypto, about retiring, I always thought it was not possible. I always thought you would need to already be a millionaire to retire, and also had a very shifted perception of retiring. I never really knew how much you would need and what it would take, yada, yada, yada. But the more I looked into Twitter, the more I found about what people have been saying, the more I looked into Business Insider articles about retiring, I noticed that it's actually not that difficult. And here, why Crypto Bitlord says it, that you can retire off a fraction of Bitcoin, is because, in theory, many people believe that Bitcoin can hit the valuation of $1 million per coin at one point in the future. Let's say it even goes up higher, for example, in 2042, because this is most likely just a troll tweet. We don't know though. Wax said, "I followed this step. I'm not retired. When retire?" Crypto Bitlord says 2042, right? Could just be a troll post, could also be with a deeper message by saying you could hypothetically at one point in the future retire with not even a full Bitcoin, because it is possible. But then again, it depends on your price predictions for the coin, and we're also talking about very far into the future. But let's say, for example, it hits $2 million a coin. Do you think that's possible per Bitcoin? It's very crazy. Yes, definitely. But hey, if it does ever do it, you can definitely retire with just a very small part of some XRP from BTC. And I guess, of course, those prices are ridiculous. Even if you were to say $1 million per BTC, that's still ridiculously high, but definitely possible in the future. And if we just translate that over into XRP, I don't know the exact amount that you would need in terms of XRP to match $1 million for BTC in terms of market, in terms of how much equals each other. If you look at the amount of coins and market cap, but what I do know is that it's definitely possible at one point in the future to retire with a very small amount of XRP. And again, how much XRP that is, you just gotta check it out in our sheet. All right, because here in the yellow, except for these two ones right here, I would say, let's put these two white. In the yellow here are all the numbers that you can definitely retire with. I actually took that as you need $1 million plus to just retire at any age and live happily because of something that we covered in our retirement plan, which is, it's in here. It says that you should be able to get 5% net on your money each year. So let's say you have an index fund, and if you want to learn more about this, check out my second channel. I've told you many ways to get more than 5% of your money, your wealth, every year. But let's say you get about 5% net every year on the money that you saved up. You will already be able to retire at $1 million. You will actually be able to retire at a little bit lower, about $800,000 I think is the minimum that you would need. But just to put it on the safe side, to earn $40,000 a year, you can retire with $1 million. What you're doing then is, if you're at $1 million, you withdraw 4% a year, and since your $1 million goes up with 5% a year, you still have a net increase of 1% every single year. And again, it has to be net, so you're already counting inflation and taxes within that 5%. But hey, if you can get that, you can already retire right now, and I've taught you many ways. But if you look into the scheme though, if you expect XRP to become $100, you're only going to need 10k XRP. And 10k XRP, how much is that right now? You calculate for yourself how many dollars that is right now. 3,000 maybe? I don't know, it all sounds so crazy to me, but it really is that crazy as well, right? And maybe there's one mistake made anywhere, or maybe, it's not 3,000, but 30,000. It all does not matter for the grand scheme of things, all right? If I'm doing any of these calculations wrong, mistakes, it all doesn't matter. What is important to understand is the intuition behind it, and just understanding how I'm thinking about the situation, and that is that I just save up some XRP every day, right? Let's say I tip you some XRP, like I said in one of my tweets, 0.01 XRP. Right now, it might not sound like much, but think about the future value, and that's really what the video is for here. Think about the future value of the coins that you're holding right now, and a small little 0.1 XRP can be a coffee at one point in the future. Who knows? It would definitely be so if it hits $100 ever, right? And even if you don't believe in $100, maybe you believe in $10 for XRP, maybe you believe in only $4. Still, just look back at the cheat, and it's somewhere in the middle of this one. It's most of the time way less money than you'd need to, than you think to really retire with it already, or to really live a happy life. And one of the questions that you must ask yourself, of course, is what I'm going to do afterwards. Let's say you have 10,000 XRP, it goes to $100 a coin, you're at 1 million. Will you cash out? Or will you stay in XRP and hope the adoption is already there? Because again, we could be talking about 5 years into the future. Are you going to cash out all your money and just never be involved with XRP again? Meaning you can never go to the next bracket here. So, you can never up it really. You're just at 1 million, period. Or do you hold because it's a very good investment? What do you do? It's always a difficult question to ask yourself. But what I'm thinking here, again, why you need less XRP than you really think, is because my personal idea is not to, whenever I hit a milestone, to grab everything off. No. Every time that we hit a new milestone, let's say $1, $10, $50, $100, 589, but then starting at maybe 4, I'm just going to withdraw little small parts just to make sure I can live my life comfortably. But I will leave the grand amount in XRP. The reason for that is to really be able to enjoy, to really be at these higher portions of money. You're going to have to hold through. And that's, again, why I need so little. is because we're going to keep holding till the price goes up. And it might take a long time. But hey, again, to me, if I believe in it, it's worth it. And that's how I always think. $1 right now can be $12 in the future. $1 right now can be $100 in the future. If you just hold it in the right place. And maybe you guys know it, but I don't know any place that can give me some better gains than crypto can do right now. Any place that is as safe, because I mean, you can go for some penny stocks, which can have you some crazy return as well. But I see this as a very, or at least relatively safe investment with a crazy potential to moon. And it's so simple to do. We already have money in here, so all I have to do is just keep holding through till I'm really extremely happy. And even when I'm extremely happy, I'll just withdraw a part, and I'll keep holding through, so I'll just keep getting more and more gains if they follow. Right? I'm not going to FOMO by putting more money. You know, you need a good strategy at the beginning, but still, that's my plan. And now, I have a lot of these TradingView articles open because I've been noticing that many people attach too much value to these predictions and analysts. These are some of the predictions or ideas that came up just within the last within the last 2 days, I think. These are all the most popular ones, so I picked only ones that really stood out in terms of popularity to show you guys what most of the people press in the community. So first of all, as an example, XRP to $0. This was pressed quite a lot of times, 1,000 times within 2 days here, which is quite a lot for, again, for the general here. What is it based upon? Nothing. What does he say? Could you please tell me whether this token entitles to anything? Comment, haters be like, you just don't look into its potential. Now he asks, where's the potential? You're just buying a worthless token which doesn't give any right. Tired of seeing the Moon Boys calling for $100 or whatever. And again, that's where you can be called a lunatic. That's where you could be called crazy because you're expecting it to go to $100. Personally, not expecting it to go to $100. I'm still hoping for the best, but I'm cashing out everywhere along the way. That's why I don't care what the price is going to be. That's why I don't care what's going to happen within a couple of months, couple of years. I'll be completely fine because I have a set strategy that will work out with any price. And again, how I personally see it is, if it stays low right now, I'll be able to buy more. So it better stay low for a couple of more months. I'm hoping. But realistically, what am I expecting? If you're wondering, do I expect it to go to $0? No. Do I expect it to go to $100 within a year or 3? No. Do I expect it to gradually rise? Yes. But most likely not at the hopium rate that people have been giving you. And if you actually checked out well in the history of my videos, I've made 1,500 about. Many of them got deleted, but if you have watched me for a little while, you would know that I don't generally give you guys any price predictions myself. I mostly go over others' price predictions and tell you guys what I think about them. Even today, I have no price prediction for you, as I do not know what it will become, and all I can do is give you guys hopium or something very negative, but in reality, we all don't know. Moving forward though, since I just want to give you guys what most people are seeing, this is an article from July 5th, but it was so popular, 9,000 views, that I thought I should quickly show you guys. XRP, the road to $100, when and why. So let's quickly see what he wrote. Here's a golden pit. Time, BTC new higher and retracement. That's what he's meaning. He said retracement. Here's another golden pit, and here it will be time again. He's talking about the golden pit that happens, and then it's time to spike. A golden pit happens later on at the end of the triangle. It's time to spike. Time, BTC new or higher, 20,000, 25,000, and retracement. What is so interesting about this is how we're just blindly taking it from this guy. And another thing that's quite interesting is how some people tend to forget how much time goes by over a lot of these articles and things. So he actually started here at 2014 and counted forward. And whenever he expected to become $100 is at the midst of 2020. It's a year from now that he expects to be at $100. Still crazy price. And he also expects it to be at $15 in a couple of months. But still, his real crazy high prediction is in another year. A lot can happen in a year. But I don't know if it will happen that much. But okay, right? This is one of the articles that got a lot of views, a lot of people thinking, a lot of you guys saw it. What do you think? Well, let's go on to the next one to grab a little bit of a idea of what people in the community are talking about all the time. What people in the community are are feeding us what we are wanted to believe. All aboard the XRP spaceship. Chart self-explanatory. XRP has made a 10 times in price from all-time high to all-time high twice. Could it make a third time? Next wave could take XRP between 8.5 and 5.3, pull back to the 3.25 region, and the final stretch up. About January 2015 towards somewhere 2017, 0.03 to 0.35. Then we had 0.35 to 3.35, and then 3.35 to 33.5. So every time times about 10. Within a certain time frame. What is it based upon? Nothing, really. It's just an idea to give people some hope because it looks cool, it is amazing, and you can see a lot of people will attach value to it because it, to a certain extent, looks legit or there's lines in there. But really, to my personal belief, this makes no freaking sense whatsoever. But hey, that's just my theory. Again, I'm just going over real, from the bottom of my heart, realness with y'all because I'm a little bit sick and tired of people calling me a XRP shill or people saying I just want to make people lose their money. No, I'm giving you guys exactly what I think is going to happen, exactly my personal opinion on every single thing, and that's how I like it. If you're not with it, you leave. That's basically it. Do I think XP is going to be huge? Hell yes. Do you think you need to buy because there's going to be a crazy moon spike tomorrow? No. Should you ever buy because I say so? No. This is all your own game. This is all your own money. So do your own research. I'm just giving you guys exactly what I'm thinking. So, okay. We're doing here a 5 top, right? A little bit of interesting one we got right here. So let's quickly read what he has to say. XRP, this is what will happen should BTC hit new all-time highs this year. So this is actually an article that was posted 15 hours ago. Got 400 views, which is 4 times or 5 times as much as the rest of the articles got. And it is actually one that I would personally also attach value to because I would wonder what would happen to XRP does BTC hit another all-time high. So let's see what he says. I had previously drawn scenarios where BTC would take the normal route that we all know, where we would see the all-time high sometime after the Bitcoin halving. But because this time BTC is half a year faster in the cycle than in 2015-16, we would see all-time high already by late 2020 or early 2021. However, as I posted previously, if BTC decides to do the gold fractal and just continues pumping, this of course would mean that in turn, XRP and the other altcoins would also start pumping earlier. BTC might reach the top before the halving in 2020, and it might become a seldom news event, where unexpectedly we'll see a price decline afterwards. Should this happen, then BTC will break out at some point later this year, and according to the previous XRP to BTC structure, we will see a new all-time high in XRP to BTC this time, which would be logical since every new altcoin season, the alts gain more versus BTC. BTC will see new dominant lows in the next altcoin rally. I'm somewhat convinced of that as well. This story, up to this point, does make a lot of sense to me. It does sound quite legit, and I do believe it. Therefore, a top of 0.004 is likely for XRP. Now, if BTC goes to 100k all-time high, it would translate to XRP at a price of $40, and that is where it kind of started to itch for me. The reason for that is, even though I definitely think that BTC can hit 100k in a very quick amount of time, the step from BTC to 100k is only times 10-ish, and from XRP to go from about 30-ish cents to $40, this is like, how much would that be? 130 times that it needs to do? So you can kind of see my problem right there. Again, even though, if you ask me, do you believe in $40 per XRP? Yes. Do you think it will happen just after BTC hits 100k all-time high? No. Do I have a good reason for that? No. Do you just believe it? Yeah, that's just what I believe. It is just because these prices are all a little bit too insane for me. But then again, right, the reason he's explaining it this way is because of how XRP to BTC works. $40 per XRP is still this 0.0004 BTC. And if you look at it on a grander scheme of things, here's the 1 week of XRP to BTC. It's not even this crazy spike that you normally see people draw in XRP to USD charts, because it is actually only 0.0004 BTC. But BTC has gone up so far at that point to where, again, this amount of BTC is also a very big amount of money. Here we can see he predicts XRP to go down lower first, quite a significant amount lower in a couple of weeks here, and then spike to the moon. Again, that's also a lot more realistic, where you're also expecting the price to be falling instead of just having one major moonshot. So this, again, is an article or an idea that I definitely think has some plausibility to it, and I would recommend some people to read, or at least give some food for thought, as he put a lot of effort into this. We just have to wait and see how fast BTC is to estimate the possible top. For BTC to reach 10K, 100K, I mean, it must not be faster than mid-2020 to reach all-time high. Around the time of halving, should it be much faster, then the peak will also be lower. We can expect around a few scenarios and come to the conclusion that XRP top will be anywhere from $15 to $20 for BTC all-time high around 50 to 60,000, and up to $30 to $40 for BTC at around 100,000. Let's see what BTC will do and XRP will follow. The altcoins do not have a life of their own. Please never forget that BTC is king. The alts are little sheep that only follow BTC. Therefore, we must keep a close watch on BTC USD and XRP BTC in order to determine the XRP USD top. And that's where I before my guy, because that's exactly how I'm thinking about it as well. If we see BTC take a major run for themselves, a major run, new all-time high, crazy prices, then dominance will most likely be at a crazy percentage, maybe 80%, 85%. What will happen is the altcoins will start to run, and we'll see prices that we never thought possible. And again, that's really where you can start to see those higher digit XRP valuations start to make sense, because BTC has risen to a price where these same fractions of BTC are worth so much more. And what I'm thinking here is that when alt season does hit, these fractions of BTC that we saw before, which are already worth a lot more now, will still be overtaken. We will still go higher above it, and that's also what the guy is saying in his analysis right here. Because again, it's not that big of a difference. It's just double the amount in Satoshi, but in terms of real value, it's going to be insane. XRP market cycle, current location. Again, this is always a little bit interesting. I just see a SpongeBob made here. Two little eyes, a little nose, some teeth. XRP market cycle, current location. Inside the pink box is where we are in the XRP market cycle, and in the accumulation consolidation phase, Bitcoin LTC led the charge, but soon XRP will follow. Yeah, interesting. How funny. But yeah, in theory, he's just saying like, all right, we're at the end of the line here, so moonshot is coming in. I have no idea what he has been trying to make here, though. Maybe he's just mocking everybody. Maybe there is sense into it. I have not taken the time to actually give it a try, but just by looking at it, I have no idea what the idea is here. Sorry. Maybe I'm a noob at TA, but I have no idea. I just see a funny face. That's all I could find. But yeah, there will most likely be one guy who's going to say like, oh yeah, you can see the orange line here showcasing a trend that is also replicated here in the next bull run a year later. But I don't see anything. Ripple to take the bullish path. And again, these articles are okay, as they do not hurt anybody. He's just kind of saying like, hey, we might go on a bullish path. And that's completely cool, completely harmless, I would say, as it can always happen. We see that the bullishness of the Bitcoin is also influencing the price of XRP USD. The MACD is making a bullish transition, and the price above +1 BB is indicative of the beginning of an upward movement. Again, could be, right? He's just trying to put his little bit of TA that he knows into place here, and he's trying to give you something, right? If it happens, you won't know, but he just looked at TA and gave you some food for thought. Pretty good article. XRP price suppression by whales. Okay. Well, we all know that the price is being suppressed. So what does he have to say? This wedge we're looking at spans over a year, 518 days. Since May of 2018, price has been consolidating. Yellow lines is 4-hour levels, red lines daily, purple line weekly. Now, in May 2019, we see that aggressive spike up and test of the top of the wedge multiple times. Actually broke out of the wedge, then moved back a day later. It dropped 13% in a day. With all the recent news on XRP going through the US Congress and banking the unbanked in India and Southeast Asia, there's no reason for the price to be this low. The Ripple team sells the XRP tokens over the counter to suppress the price, sold $251 million XRP in Q2. That's an interesting statement. Even with all the retail investors alone accumulating XRP, it makes no sense to still be trading at a stalemate 30-cent range. We are due for a breakout before October. XRP has been holding its wedge to a T. Until then, we should just see more price consolidation as we gain more momentum for the next explosive move upward. The market has bottomed out, confirming being the quick touch and go on the weekly level. When XRP breaks this wedge, price will skyrocket. Happy trading. Stack sets. Well, I think it's too bad he actually did not show us a little bit more of the chart here for us to actually see exactly what he is trying to say here. Because how he's saying it is this has been going on for 518 days, but I don't really see anything, right? I don't know how to zoom in or out. At least how to zoom out, I don't know. So I don't think there's a way for it anyway. Let's see here. How to zoom out. I'm going to have to look at it. Oh. Guys, is there a way to zoom out here? I don't know. But he has not gone it from all the way back in May, which is too bad. He's just seeing it from September 16th here. And yeah, again, I don't attach too much value to articles like this. They're just too over the top, too made for the sake of being made, and I do not see anything really worthy of this right here, personally. Again, there's suppression by whales, yes, but is it showcased the best way possible in this right here? In this triangle that he's trying to make? No. I personally do not think so. Again, you could be hoping for a breakout, though, at this date that he's saying. I don't know what date this is here. You scroll. I don't even know how to use this stuff too good. I don't check ideas section too much. Frick if I know. Oh, here we go. Finally, guys. Oh, you cannot even see it now anymore. Guys, maybe I should stop using this because I'm not too good at it. Oh, yeah. You get it. Next thing in the line. Last one. XRP BTC update. Good entry for swing traders. This is, again, something that I can get very interested in and very happy with. Because these are just trading tips. They do exactly no harm to people. And he's just trying to give his insights out to the rest of the normal people. XRP broke its uptrend and expected to touch the daily support at 30.50 sats. Looking at the 4-hour chart here, if XRP closes above the daily level at 30.50, we should see a test of the 32.94 resistance. The falling knife out of the uptrend is over. Bears lost control of the market. Doji candle is in first confirmation. Second will be the 4-hour close above the daily. Do not enter unless it closes above 30.50. You will lose money. From here, we should see consolidation for a few days before it's up to touch 20 or 32.94 sats. With enough momentum, we could even see a test of the uptrend at the next highest resistance at 35.41 sats in the near future. This is a great entry to make a quick 8% if you missed out on the previous run on those levels. Happy trading. Stack sats. And yeah, again, it's a pretty interesting idea. This is something that you can work with, all right? If you have the same belief, same idea, you can trade this really quickly. Pretty cool. Does not do no harm. And again, it shows that there's still some potential for trading going on. But okay, the general idea of showing you guys all these price predictions and all these ideas is to showcase that everybody thinks differently of the price. And one thing is always quite clear, is that people either really value XRP greatly, think it's going to be insane in terms of price like most of us do, and some people really want to pin it to the ground. You can choose both sides and you'll always be, hated by the other one. You can say XP will go to zero, people will hate you, and you'll most likely end up with a lot of regret if you sell it all. On the other side, you can also be on the Moon Boy side, and people will hate you for being too happy. What I'm saying is, don't worry so much about what people judge you for. Don't talk about XP going to $100 with your coworkers. Don't try to convince people we'll get there. Hold it for yourself. Hold your XRP. We all know that just a small amount of XRP can really make the difference for tons of lives. Even like Vincent Wilson used to say, 20k XRP will be a life-changing amount. I know 20k XRP is like $6,000, so it's a lot of money still, but to really become financially free from just holding $6,000 for a couple of years, it's already insane in my eyes. 5 years is all that we will need for this all to be over. For the prices to most likely be so crazy, we won't even know. And again, even if it doesn't, I still have the hope it does. I'm still thinking it does. And I wanted to give a counter argument, but I'm quite convinced that within 5 years, it will at least see another major run, meaning we can cash some money out and still be good. Otherwise, all that we need is any of these amounts to be completely happy. And the amount of XRP that you need will go lower over time. The further we look into the future, the less XRP we need. And the higher the price, of course, then less XRP you need. At one point, most likely a small 1K investment or maybe like 10K investment will be enough to retire with if you just hold it long enough. And that's why I think that, often it's just considered like you need a lot of XRP to ever become rich with it. You need a lot of BTC to ever make you money. It's not true. Even some small amounts of XRP, some small amount of BTC, not even a whole one, can really make you retire, can really make you rich. It's something you must not ever underestimate. Thank you guys for watching this video. If you have anything to say on it, make sure you let me know in the comments section down below. And I'll see you guys again in another crypto video. Make sure you press the like button if you enjoyed it, or at least a part of it. I just now noticed that we talked for 30 minutes. Sorry guys, I really got into my element. Sometimes I just like to talk some crypto with y'all. So if you watched all this way, so far, comment nugget down below. I just want to see what people actually watch all the way till the end. Also, make sure you check out my second channel. I put a lot of effort into making these videos, so make sure you give them a low view. Thank you guys for watching, and I'll see you guys again in another crypto video. Take care, everybody, and have a very, very nice day. Also, how do you like the dark theme?